third down conversions you talked about on Saturday. What was the biggest thing with those? Was it the play calling or was it the execution?
You know, you can always say a little bit of both, to be honest with you. You always second guess yourself, wish you would have called a little bit better play, but no question, a couple of them, we definitely had a chance to get them. You know, just wish you would execute a little bit better, but I think anytime something like that happens, the best way to get it solved, first of all, tell the players that, tell yourself that, first of all, to yourself. You know, wish you would have called something a little bit better, but we definitely had a chance to convert them.
You guys have been pretty successful on fourth down. You're calling a lot of fourth downs. What's been the key to that?
I think just doing a good job of both things that you just said. Doing, you know, some good calls and some good execution. I mean, it always really comes down to execution. And then once in a while, you have what coaches say is an eraser. You know, sometimes like that happens to us. Sometimes on defense, you have it stopped, but you just have a player make a great play and he's an eraser. So. But I think our fourth downs, we've done a really good job of this year, and we just got to continue to do that.
Expect Matt to go this Saturday?
You know, we got to see. I think right now you'd have to say he's questionable, but I'm hoping so. But I feel great if Jake's really well prepared and will do a good job either way. But right now, I would say Matt's kind of 70-30, whether he'll go or not.
When you look at Matt, you look at the numbers, they don't look that bad, but he's turned the ball over 6 times. 2 times against Wofford didn't come back to hurt you, but
yeah.
you could argue that it kind of swayed the momentum on Saturday. Do you talk to him about that, or what do you say about his?
Yeah, you always work on that. You know, that's something that we talk about going into every game. How well we take care of the ball is a great, whether we have a chance to go win or not. You know, his first one, you know, he was getting hit, and the defensive lineman clicked out and made a great catch. You know, that one, you know, I would have to put that one up to, you know, baby, put it on me. To be honest with you, got to put it on someone. I wouldn't necessarily put that one on Matt. The second one, the receiver fell down. So ultimately, it always comes down usually to the head coach and the quarterback who gets the blame. So let's put those 2 on the head coach.
No, last year you played him. I think you said that Arkansas State. That is, you said the first half. You know, at that point during the season, you guys probably played the best you had up to that point, and then the second half maybe the worst. So going over that tape, you know, what did you kind of see? I know there were a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, we turned the ball over too much. There was times in the game where I thought we ran the ball really well. There was a lot of times in the game where I thought our team played very physical, you know, and, you know, they're a good football team. So in no way can you turn it over like that. And it's just something we can learn from. We're going to go down there. It's a tough place to play. It's really a great atmosphere. The crowd really gets after it. And so it should be a lot of fun. But our guys got to have a great week of practice, be very confident, go down there and play the best we can.
What's the key to slowing down, stopping, containing Michael Gordon, running back?
You know, you got to get everyone around him. You got to really fly to the ball, and you got to just gang, you know, 3, 4, 5 guys tackle him. I think it's the best thing. I think by what quarterback plays, it's easier or harder to stop him. You know, when Freddie's playing, when the starter's playing, it's even harder to stop him because he's so mobile and can make plays too. I think in the Toledo game they did a little bit better job of focusing on him because the other quarterback's more just a passer.
Are you guys preparing as if Freddie's going to play? It looks like that too.
We got to prepare for both of them. You know, it looks like either one. You know, you're not sure, so you got to prepare for both.
Obviously, it wasn't easy, the opponents that you played at home, but you started the season 3 or 4 games at home, and now the road games really start to kick into you. You're kind of kicking yourself because you had such a favorable schedule as far as home and road, and you're just 1-3.
You know, you just take it one game at a time. You know, I think that's the way you got to go, and you move on to the next game, and you try to prepare and get better each week. You know, Ohio obviously has turned out to be a very good football team. You know, had a chance to beat Minnesota at the end. Georgia Southern's the best team in the league. So you got to try to win those home games, no doubt. But our guys also can look at those tapes and see how much they've improved and how far we've came, and we just got to keep doing that and go get us some wins on the road.
When you get to the fourth quarter of these games where you guys are within a touchdown or 2, is it something you can teach to give them the killer instinct to win these games, or is it something they have to do by themselves?
I think both. I think you got to keep, you know, I think we did it in one game. We were close. I think last week, to be honest with you, some of that was they just wore us down. You know, they played 2 platoons of guys, you know, on both sides of the ball, and our guys played, you know, about as hard as you can, and we just don't necessarily have the depth that they have right now, and a little bit of it was just getting worn down, and and we just got to keep fighting and keep improving and improve our depth and hopefully find a way to win those games.
Is that the biggest difference between programs like yours and Georgia Southern and Arkansas State, is the depth at every position?
Yeah, probably. I think a lot of times if you just had to go top 11 against top 11, it's a lot closer. It's when you get to the depth, you know, in the backup guys. Sometimes that's where it shows up a little bit more.
I'm sure you were aware of the mass email that was sent out yesterday by someone alleging to be a member of the football team. Do you have any response to that?
You know, it's an email sent by someone that wouldn't sign their name. So I'm not really. I was really what I stand by is what our captains came out and what they wrote and what the whole team predominantly signed. And so, you know, I know that I come to work every day and work as hard as I can. I know we've never broken any NCAA rules. We had 2 days of two-a-days this last fall camp. So, you know, we coach as hard as we can, we work as hard as we can, and I really firmly believe that there are so many players that came in and out of my office yesterday. They know the love that I have for them. They know that I have their back, and I'll live by how I work.
Did you address the team at all
No,
about the situation?
Not yet, because we didn't. Monday's our day off. The players had their own team meeting, but no, I did not yet.
Was Terry Johnson one of those players to come?
Well,
to
unfortunately, Terry's name got drug into it. You know, and Terry's name, it made it look like he sent it, which was really sad because Terry probably tells me 5 times a week, "Thank you, Coach. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for everything you do for me." So it was really sad that his name got drug into it.
When things like this do happen, how do you prevent it from just being a distraction? Are you going to adjust it today at all?
Yeah, you talk about it, you know, and then one of the best things is our players addressed it. You know, our players addressed it, and they said, you know, it's someone that's just trying to tear us apart, someone that's trying to pull us apart, someone that has their own agenda. That, you know, and if you read the letter close, you can really tell it's someone that's never played football before. You know, so it's just something that they got people trying to take them apart. They got to come together, and we got to stay together and move on. And the most important thing this week is getting ready for this game.
Can you turn something like that into a rallying point? You said like the team coming together on their off day. Like, is that?
Yeah, I think it did. I think it showed some of the great leaders that we have, and they all came together. And I think it definitely showed the unity that our players have together, and really the love that the players and the coaches have for each other.
Do you feel it was written by someone on the team?
No. No, I don't.
Shall we move on to football questions, please?
Looking forward to Arkansas State. It'll be nice to see something other than the triple option for the first time since USC.
It will be nice, you know. If Freddie plays, though, they still got a running quarterback. You know, they still do a lot of good things that he does running the ball. It's not necessarily a triple option, but he can really run around, make plays. He's a winner. I still remember watching him play in high school, you know, and he's just a winner and a great player. But actually, it'll be nice not to play the triple for a week. Yes, I bet you. As happy as anybody will be would be Quentin Bradley. They're going to drop back and pass and go try to get some sacks. I think he will.
Will be good for you to go back down to Arkansas, or are you going to see anybody you know down there?
It's kind of the other side of the state.
Yeah.
You know, it's a long ways away. That would be like, you know, Idaho and Boise. It's a long ways away. So I don't know if I'll see any of the people that that I know. I think a couple of our close friends are going to make the long drive, so I'll see a couple of people.
Sometimes when teams go on the road, I know it's not like an NBA team that goes on a 10-game road trip, but you kind of come together a little bit, you know, not as many distractions. Is that true?
I think it helps, you know, and I think when you take the long plane rides, what it helps is you only have so many hours a week that you can prepare, but you have that whole plane ride that you can prepare, you know, so I think that helps you get that much more preparation this day and age with the iPads, and you can go back and sit with the players, and you get extra work in, and I do think it helps you come together and it gets you extra preparation.
Couple personnel questions. Expect to have Jay-Sean back?
Don't know yet. You know, don't know yet. I would say that would be questionable also.
What about Jacob Sannon? Is he
The same.
same?
Oh, man.
The same.
And Ryan Edwards as well.
Ryan Edwards, I think, is a better chance. Yeah, but you know, it's just something that you don't necessarily want to tell everybody, no. But as of right now, I would say all of them are questionable.
With guys like Leonard and David, when do you consider when you're going to if you're going to redshirt those guys? How long do you wait?
Pretty soon. Yeah, definitely pretty soon. You know, hopefully. Just saw David in the hall a little while ago, and he seems really upbeat and optimistic and hoping that he's gonna be back pretty soon, you know, having that bye week next week. So that's when it'll probably determine. Got the bye week next week, and either they're ready to go after that or they're not.
How do you think the receiving corps has done, you know, in their absence?
I think they've stepped up and really competed and done a good job. It's just tough, you know, you go from fall camp when Jacob was making all kinds of plays, David was making the most plays of anyone besides Dez. Dion was making all kinds of plays, and really Dion hasn't been all the way back yet either. He's still, he just really went out there with great toughness and played the snaps that he played the other day. So it hurts a little bit, but it's made other guys step up and get reps, and so ultimately it'll make us a lot, you know, give us a lot more depth. But right now, guys just got to continue to improve and step up.
I can't obviously mimic his speed, but is there anything else other guys can do to mimic maybe what Dez is doing to kind of equal his production at all?
Yeah, I do think they're trying to mimic his work ethic at practice. You know, he goes 100 miles an hour at practice. Yeah, he's really into it. He's upbeat. He concentrates, and I think that is carrying over into that group. And I think they'll continue to improve. You know, the one young guy that has all kinds of talent that it was good to see back out there on Sunday night was Boston. You know, so it'd be great to get him back out there also.
What does it say about Dez to be able to stay so focused? And I know he's leading the nation in receiving yards per game through everything that he's gone through off the field.
You know, I just think it's what I'm hoping that it's going to end up being, a successful story. You know, there's two big words in this world really. There's forgiveness and hate. You know, and what you give with forgiveness is you give somebody a chance to grow. You try to help them. You try to make them improve. You try to hopefully everything ends up successful. You know, and then you have a lot of people out there that just have hate. And people that have hate just try to tear people down, try to pick people apart, try to destroy those people. So, you know, I think if anyone on our whole team, they can learn to have forgiveness in this world, you know, instead of hate. Because really in the end, if you have forgiveness, you're going to be happy. Your life's going to be good. If all you're filled with is hate, your life's not going to, you're going to be miserable regardless.
You went with the safety duo of Armand and Jordan Grabsky to start the game. What do you think of those two there starting?
I thought they both played really well. You know, I thought Armand ran around and made tackles and was very aggressive and did good things. And I thought Grabsky played really well the last 2 weeks. Did some good things.
Was that switch more of those guys kind of ascending, or Russell maybe taking a step back at all?
No, I think it was those guys ascending. Those guys really stepping up their game and playing better. I think Russell's still going to be a great player for us all year too.
Is Grabsky good to go this week?
We still need to see.
Do you have an update on Isaiah Taylor? Is he, because you never necessarily said he was dismissed from the team, is he still around the team? Does he still have a chance to come back yet this year? Or?
Isaiah right now is going to school. He goes to study hall every day when we're at practice.
Anything else?
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks,
thanks.
guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach.